What do you make of Senators Manchin and Senator Sinema trying to block what a large part of your caucus and a large part of the party want to move forward with?
I think the challenging thing has been we haven't known what it is they want to cut. Do they want to cut childcare? Do they want to cut action on climate change? Do they want to cut housing, pre-K? What is it? And so that is the negotiation that has finally started happening over the last week, thanks to our relinking and the president relinking these two bills, the infrastructure bill and the reconciliation bill, and making it clear to our entire caucus and to the country and to those two senators that the infrastructure bill is not going to pass without agreement on the reconciliation bill. For us, the most important thing for the Progressive Caucus is we identified 5 key priorities for the caucus. It includes the care economy, includes housing, includes immigration, includes healthcare, particularly expanding Medicare, and it includes climate change. Those 5 priorities, and we have some specificity, should all be contained in whatever the final bill is. And we would rather trim back the number of years, if we have to come down slightly, than cut a program.
So the president has said that it will likely be a compromise. The number will likely land between $1.9 to $2.3 trillion. Is that a number that you and your caucus can live with?
Well, as I said to the president, that is too low, in my opinion, to try to get all of these programs in. So I've expressed concern about that. I'm not drawing any red lines until I see what the final package is, because it's really not about the number. It's about what programs are in there. You could have a number that was much higher, but it cuts out several of the key programs. We would not be for that. You could have a number that's slightly lower than that, but it keeps all of our programs. It just funds them for a shorter period of time. We could live with that. So that's what we're waiting for.
The AP was just wondering, did you initially suggest a number of 2.5 to 2.9 trillion, for the social spending package?
When the president said 1.9 to 2.2, I said that I felt that was too low. And I said that I would really like to be closer to 3. And so that conversation is continuing, and the president knows that. I said it directly to him. I also said it to his top aides, and we're going to continue to figure out where we can go.
If it comes down to, this plan will last for 3 years,
yeah,
or this plan will last for 5 years,
yeah.
Do you think that's enough to be transformational and to make a difference in families'
Well,
lives?
that's why we're trying to get as much as much put in as possible. We would like to, originally our plan was for 10 years, but what I don't want to see happen is that we pit childcare against pre-K or we pit childcare against housing. That's not helpful, because different populations need different things. Women and families need the childcare. Our kids and our economy need pre-K and free community college. We need to have climate addressed for all of our young people that need a planet. So each one has a different constituency.
Obviously, as chair of the Progressive Caucus and dealing with other Democrats, you have a broad coalition behind you. If you were Speaker of the House, how would you deal with moderates?
Well, it's not just the Progressive Caucus that supports this agenda. This is not a moderates versus progressives fight. This is, as the president said, this is about decay versus opportunity. I think it's about the 96% that agree with the president and agree with the Democratic agenda, and then the 4% who still have to come on board. And so I've made it a priority to build relationships with many of the moderates and swing district members who are with us on this fight and are saying, don't say it's a moderates versus progressives thing, because I want the Build Back Better Act too, and I'm fine with the $3.5 trillion.
Tell us about this moment for you personally in this leadership position.
I feel really proud of this moment, not because of me, but because women of color are at the table. That has not been the case before, because we are fighting for something that will benefit the entire country, that there are so many people who are looking at us and saying, why won't Congress fight for me? And here we are saying, we're not going to leave anybody behind. So that feels fabulous.
Great. Thank you, Congresswoman, so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.